Welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about chickens and frostbite. So stay tuned. This is our most recent batch of birds. We got 3 guineas on the right, and then these are 2 black onyx chickens. And last year we had 6 other birds, but they were mostly in here. We had a little bit of fencing that kind of came around here, and it wasn't as secure as we needed. We ended up losing the chickens. So we built this huge coop that the birds don't actually use. What they've been doing is they've been hopping on this at night, jumping onto the roof, and then staying in the tree itself. I should also mention that last year when we got our baby chickens, it was right around Christmas, and we kept them in the garage. And since they were so small, we had heat lamps on them. We had thrown some straw and stuff on the ground. We'd like put a little fence that they kept jumping over and run around the garage and all that. But that was during a really cold snap, and we didn't really have any problems. They were small enough, they all bundled together. But we thought that they would end up, once the weather got cold, they would all come in here at night, but these new chickens haven't. When we were building the chicken coop, we wanted to get these runs right, and I'll show you. I should say perches. We want to get the perches right. So we have some that are like flat, so they can lay down, and then they can actually cover their toes, their claws with their body itself. Then we have some that are thinner, and things like that, just a variety, and we just kind of bang that together to see what they preferred. But we've noticed that they kind of come in here during the day. They have their food in here. Like I said, even after this cold snap that we've had this year, they keep going up into the trees, and we've kind of decided that we're just going to trust that the chickens know what they're doing. We are trusting them to, I guess, just know that for their security they need to be up in a tree, and for their warmth they need to be up in a tree. So I'll show you this tree, and they have a variety of branches to choose from. So if they need to cover their toes with their body, then they'll have the ability to. So to show you this tree, it's a mulberry, and we actually wanted to have the chickens under this tree so that they had a source of food in the summer, like more like the spring. But you can see some of the branches are quite large, but there's plenty of other sized branches and all that. So you can see from the pile here, there's actually been chickens that have stayed on top of it or right above that spot, and they've been able to wrap their claws around these smaller branches and then sit on and keep their toes warm. The fear that we've always had when getting these chickens was to increase the security so we didn't lose any more chickens. And then when winter came around, we started seeing videos on YouTube about frostbite and care of chickens and all these other things. We don't want to put their perches too high because it might hurt themselves or anything like that. But the birds, given free rein, have opted to just climb up into the tree and sleep in there. Now, during the day, I've seen them come in here and they bundle up and do whatever they do, take a nap. But at night, they definitely prefer the security of the tree. So we just let them do what they want, and we just monitor it. If we start having trouble, if any of the birds are damaged in any way, anything like that, then we'll have to figure out some sort of way that maybe if we sneak around during the daytime and they're all in there, we just close the little chicken door on the side and kind of be like, hey, you guys are gonna stay in here for a day or two until we try and figure out how best to keep them safe in the future. And all in all, we want to have happy chickens that lay eggs, and we want to have happy guineas that lay eggs. And we plan on getting another 6, maybe another dozen more. They'll really fill up this whole space. And we want them to be as free-ranging as possible. We want them to be safe and secure and not to get any damages. And we're also trying to train them to eat bugs. So I come out here with a shovel and every couple of days, and I dig a big old hole, and I throw some snackies in there, and they are going to town now, hopefully eating some worms and some other bugs, because the ground still isn't frozen here in Indiana. Thank you much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying your winter, and hopefully it's actually come to your neck of the woods by this time of the year, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.